These are my top 7 things to do in Milos, Greece. Milos is an island in the Greek Cyclades island chain, and it has some unbelievable beaches, charming picturesque towns, and of course, some delicious Greek food. But let's start off with number 1, which is to visit Prophet Elias Holy Chapel at sunset. This church is located near the towns of Tripiti and Plaka, and I think it's the best sunset spot on the entire island of Milos. To reach the church, you need to climb up some steps with some amazing views along the way, and then once you're at the top, you will have probably the best view on the entire island of Milos. You have great views of the ocean, the town of Plaka, the town of Tripiti, the other parts of the island, and other islands in the sea as well. It is such a great view, and you will probably have it mostly to yourself. You'll be away from the crowds in other places of the island. There are also some other interesting historical sites nearby that you can check out if you're into history and that sort of thing, but it definitely is best to visit for sunset. Number 2 is Sarakiniko Beach. And this is probably, or definitely, let's be honest, the most famous place and most popular place in all of Milos, because Sarakiniko is a beach in coastline area in the north of Milos, and it is famous for its moon-like scenery. As you walk around, it feels like moonscape because you have this beautiful white volcanic rock that was formed from the strong winds, and it makes it very sleek and smooth and just very otherworldly feeling. And the beautiful white color of the rock contrasts wonderfully with the beautiful blue water from the Aegean Sea. So just visually, it's just unreal. It's unlike any place I've ever been. And it was actually named after some pirates that came to visit this area to try and use it for shelter. And you can actually visit this area still today. There's some really cool, neat tunnels and caves that are a little bit more inland from the water. And it's a really cool place to adventure around and explore, even though it's a little bit creepy, but it's a cool adventure. And actually on Sarakiniko Beach, you could do some cliff jumping as well, which is very fun. It's a cool way to maybe face your fear of heights or get some adrenaline sort of experiences. It really adds that fun, adventurous component of visiting Sarakiniko. Just be sure not to jump too high if you feel way too uncomfortable, and make sure you can swim, because of course you're gonna be jumping into the ocean or sea, and then have to swim back up and climb up a rock. It's not anything too scary, but just be aware, before you do something like that in the water. It might be a little cold as well. So that's Sarakiniko. Let's move on. Number 3, Firpotamos. Firpotamos is an old fishing village, and it's also in the north of Milos, but it's a little bit more west. So at least from my experience, it was more secluded. There were less tourists, and I don't know if it's still used for fishing anymore or nearly as much, but it's this cute, charming little area with a really nice beach. Firpotamos Beach, and the water is incredibly blue. You have these massive cliffs that are on either side of you, and it kind of shelters you from the wind a little bit too, which is nice. And you have this cute, charming little old village with some nice buildings and a separate little cove beach area that you can hang out and swim in as well. So it's a great place just to kind of have a little piece of magic in Milos, of the beautiful Greek islands. So I really love this place for its scenery, its swimming, and its charm. So Firpotamos, don't miss it. Number 4, the town of Adamantas. Adamantas is actually the port town of Milos. It's not the capital, we'll get to that later, but it's an area you're going to pass through just for arriving on boat, and you might want to stay in it because it's more budget friendly than I think some other areas, but still centrally located, which is really great. But the town itself has some notable things that you should check out, especially if you're staying there like I did. So the first thing you want to do is you want to eat some delicious food in Adamantas. And I think the food here is more reasonably priced as well. Some of my restaurant recommendations are going to be Trapatzeles, Flisfos. There's also a really good bakery called Artemis Bakery. We grabbed some stuff to go and had it at Sarakiniko Beach, which was absolutely delicious. And then it's kind of a chain, well, it is a chain, but it's still delicious. It's going to be Gregory's. It's like a chain cafe, and they have good coffees, and they have really good spinach pie or spanakopita, which is one of my favorite Greek foods. And it's actually coincidentally vegan, so check that out if you're a vegan traveler like myself. But the food is incredibly fresh and delicious at these restaurants. And there's actually a church that you can visit as well, which maybe is not as epic as the Prophet Elias Holy Chapel, but it's a nice little place of quietness with some cats, giving you some views of the town and such as well. And there's also a little beach just to the west, which it's not as pretty as some of the other beaches we'll talk about on this list, but it's a cool little thing to check out if you're located in Adamantas. Number 5, Fyriplaka Beach. So if the beach in Adamantas doesn't impress you, this one, if it doesn't impress you, I don't know what will, because this, in my opinion, is the most gorgeous beach. Definitely in Milos, and maybe in all of Greece from what I've seen so far. So what makes it so incredible is it's located at the bottom of these epic and dramatic cliffs, and they are varying colors as well. So you have some white, you have some orange, you have a little bit of purple in the volcanic rock, and the sand itself is incredibly soft. It's a beautiful color. It's a really long beach too. Some people might like little small little coves or pocket of sand that you got at Firpotamos, but this one, it's very wide and big, so there's lots of space for you to check out. And the water itself is very calm and it's incredibly beautiful, so it's really good for swimming. And you can actually do stuff such as like kayak tours, where you kayak from Fyriplaka Beach. Just be sure if you're taking a motorbike to this beach, maybe don't, or be extremely careful, because I spilled out at the very end of the road because it became incredibly sandy and windy, and I had to go to the hospital. I'm okay now, guys. No worries. My knee is A-okay. Well, let's say B+ okay. But visit this beach. It's so beautiful and amazing and epic, and scenery like this in Sarakiniko is what makes Milos such a special island. So don't miss Fyriplaka Beach. And number 6 isn't Fyriplaka, but it is Plaka, the town of Plaka, because Plaka is actually the capital town of Milos Island, and it's more I guess in the hills or like higher elevation than like the port town and other areas. So you get some beautiful views of course, like the rest of the island of Milos. And the town itself is really charming. It's that picturesque sort of Greek island town or village with the white buildings, the tiny little alleys that makes you feel like you're in your own like little romantic fantasy novel. Or maybe that's just me, guys, or maybe your girl or your wife too, if you're not a girl yourself. So anyway, but it's really beautiful, really charming. And there's good restaurants too, but they're going to be more pricey than Adamantas. And there's also a castle for you to visit, which is the Venetian castle of Plaka, which also makes for a really good view and a really good sunset spot. But you'll of course be sharing it with lots of other tourists, but still check it out and at least go to get the view and just explore Plaka, get lost down the little small alleys and side streets, and just have your own romantic novel in Milos. And finally, number 7 is to just explore the rest of the island, other parts of the island, and have your own little adventure with a car or a motorbike, because these are my main highlights. I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do in Milos, but it seems like there is an incredible wealth of beautiful, charming spots and nice natural spots as well. So some of the recommendations I recommend you check out is going to be number 1, Tigurado Beach. This is located right next to Fyriplaka Beach, and because I ripped my knee open, I was not able to climb the ladders down to the beach. I'm sure it's more of a popular spot at this moment, but it seems cool and unique and beautiful as well. There is also Klima Fishing Village, which you can actually see from the Prophet Elias Holy Chapel, which seems to be a really beautiful, charming fishing village. This is the kind of typical colored fishing village you might picture in Greece. Check it out. You can also visit Sarakiniko Beach, which I think you need to either do by boat or by hiking there. The hike might be a little bit long and adventurous, but if you want to do it, go for it. Or maybe you can book like a boat tour to check out some of the interesting rocks and scenery that Milos provides in that part of the island. But ultimately, just adventure around. If you're worried about like riding a moped, definitely rent a car and just explore. See lots of the island, the beautiful parts, and enjoy some of the slower, peaceful Greek island life as well. So what do you think, everybody? Are you going to do any of these things in Milos? Are you planning on visiting soon? Have you been to Milos before? Am I missing anything essential on my list? Let me know down in the comments below. And thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.